florets because the stem of broccoli and cauliflower is really, really sweet and definitely edible. And it's actually, I actually enjoy it more than the florets. So we're going to put the stems in as well. So everything is just a large dice. Just, when you're talking about rough chopping, things don't have to be uniform. So this is our cauliflower. So these are, like I said, our hard vegetables first. What else would be considered hard? So the stalks of our Swiss chard stems are also edible. So those will go in now, but not the green part. We'll just do the stalks, the stems, and they're similar tasting to celery. They have like a nice saltiness, an earthiness, and they're really nice to eat. So I'm just going to also rough chop these. So we're trying to do zero waste, trying to use all parts of the plant. What else are we going to use? So that's going to be all for our hard veggies. Actually, we'll do our pepper here as well, because we're just going to saute these really quickly. So we don't cook them until they're like soggy. We're just going to saute them at a high heat quickly, and that will be, we're just going to give them some color, cook them a bit, so we have that nice crunch still. So also just cutting these into a rough chop. I like to cut my my peppers. I just cut out the white part, which is called the pith. You can see there, and the seeds. You can just bang the seeds out. And then I'm also just, like I said, rough chopping these into like a large dice. So here's our pepper. Okay, so all of our hard veggies are chopped. So I'm going to go ahead and into our already hot saute pan. I'm just using this large one so y'all can see, but you can do this on the stove with a large saute pan or a wok. So first thing I'm going to do is just add some olive oil to get it nice and hot, maybe a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And then I'm going to break apart my garlic, and I'm going to peel it. So I like to chop off the ends. And that, if it doesn't peel all the way, I don't smash it. I just give it a little tap, and that usually breaks off the rest of the peel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my, this tool is called a microplane. You can use a box grater or like a cheese grater. Anything works. I'm just going to grate my garlic right into my pan. And a trick with ginger is I like to freeze it, and then once it's frozen, it grates really well on a microplane or a cheese grater, like I said. So this is frozen, and then I don't even peel it. So I use organic. I try to use organic ginger, and then you don't have to worry about peeling it because the peel kind of just peels back. So we're going to use about a teaspoon of ginger and a teaspoon of garlic. So as you can see, some of the peel is on the microplane, but it's not really in our pan. You can see. So you don't have to worry about peeling it, because I know that's kind of difficult. A lot of people use a spoon if you do need to peel it, but I don't usually peel mine. So we have our ginger and our garlic. This piece of garlic, I'm just going to chop up. It didn't really get microplaned there. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this up so that it's on high heat. And when these start to sizzle, we're going to pop everything else in.
Elisa, can you hear me? It's Tracy. Did you set your timer for 2 or 2:10?
2:10.
I am so sorry, honey. It's 2 o'clock that we need. It's 2. We have to be back by 2.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So basically, we're just gonna throw all our veggies in. We got 5 minutes to create this delicious meal. We're gonna pop our veggies in. So these are gonna saute. We're gonna add our rice wine. So a couple of tablespoons of rice wine. We're gonna add our tamari right in there, a couple tablespoons of tamari. And then what I like to do is just rip up all my veggies. This is a great thing for kids to do, just rip up into big pieces. Toss those in. Our green onions, we're just gonna chop into small pieces. And then what I wanted to tell you is that you can pop this right into your glass and put it on your windowsill or anywhere, and it will just regrow. So that's a great way to reuse those.
And then someone made a comment. They said that they told everybody 2:05. So good. 2:05.
Okay, so we have like a couple more minutes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so the other thing I'm gonna do is just chop up all my greens. With kale, I like to strip it like so. To get the stalks out, and then again, you can rip these into large chunks. You can also cut them. I'm going to cut up my bok choy. That whole thing is just going to go right in there, and then I'm going to pop in my edamame beans and a little bit of my sesame oil. Sesame oil is very pungent, so a little goes a long way. I'm going to saute everything up. And you can see it becomes a little bit more vibrant. If you can see that. As things get cooking a little, they get a little more vibrant. We just want our leaves to wilt a bit. And then when these are all cooked, I'm just gonna add my brown rice. So pretty simple recipe. Also at Olivewood, we like to compost. So anything that doesn't get eaten, like the ends, you could stick this in water, it might regrow if there's some roots on it. But anything that, like all of these scraps here, these all go into our compost. And so we teach the kids also about composting, so when they're here, they get to put their scraps into the compost as well, and then we reuse those in the garden. So I hope we did it. That is pretty much the recipe. I'm just going to keep on stirring here. So it's just like a fried rice that's very veggie heavy.
Ellyse,
so
can you
it's a
share
complete meal with our carbohydrates, our protein, as for our edamame is our protein, and all of these beautiful, the rainbow of veggies in here, sizzling away. I think we did it.
Ellyse, that was fantastic. Can you share some of the classes that you guys offer for our students to take? Because we do have a few more minutes. So just maybe you can share.
I'm going to turn up my volume because this is, now that it's sizzling away. You said to tell you about the classes that we have?
Tell them that some classes that you guys offer there, because we took some great classes this last year.
Great, yeah. So we have kids classes called Chefcitos. That's usually happening once a month. So kids from age 5 to 12, I believe, can come and learn really cool seasonal recipes. We have adult cooking classes that usually I do once a month also. Anywhere from like zero waste cooking. We're doing some fish, local fish class this summer, a grilling class, all sorts of fun things. The next class coming up is a picnic party class. So learning about how to like use picnic, plant-based picnic items, making that. We also have high school internships. One we have is Garden to Kitchen, which is like students learn how to cook in the kitchen and then also garden outside. So we have that 2 cohorts of that this year. We have an urban agriculture internship. We have a Mother's Day brunch coming up this Sunday. So if anybody's looking for Mother's Day things to do, we have about 3 more seats, so maybe more for one family. But that's like a sort of a fundraiser dinner we do quarterly. We have all sorts of things going on. The Kitchenistas program is for adults. It's a behavior modification program where people learn how to cook some traditional recipes, more healthy. Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
And then for people that live, can they come and volunteer at the gardens and volunteer their time and their work in the garden?
Absolutely. We love volunteers here at Olivewood. Lots of times we have volunteers that help with our field trips. So you can do nutrition side. I have volunteers help with the cooking classes. We have volunteers come in, work in the garden for sure. There's so many opportunities to volunteer, and it's all on our website. It's olivewoodgardens.org. So visit there, or please email me. I don't know if you can provide my email, but it's Ellyse, ELLYSE, @olivewoodgardens.org.
And I think that you have that on your handout, and the participants will be getting the recipe that you gave us today. They'll be getting that next week. But for those that are here, does anybody have any questions for Ellyse before we go? Quiet group. And anybody here have gone to classes there that they can share about that? I know I went at the beginning of this year and it was just amazing. Anybody else here gone to Olivewood Gardens with their students?
Well, if nobody has, I hope that people do. You're welcome to come for private events or any of the events I mentioned. Just get in contact with us or volunteer with us. We'd love to have you.
Thank you for sharing with us today, Ellyse.
You got it. Thanks for coming.
All right. Bye now.
Yeah.